this video is a testament to DJI's customer service. So, what happened? A few weeks ago, I crashed my DJI Neo. There you go. I crashed my Neo. So, I was out on an inspection. I was inspecting a roof with my Neo, and it's a fantastic little drone. I've had it for, well, pretty much since it came out, actually. I got it within a week or two. And ever since then, I've been using it to record the condition of roofs for my job, and it's been absolutely amazing. Um, the image quality isn't the best, but it's good enough for me. It's portable, it's dynamic, it's very easy to use, and what really appeals to me is not only just the size of it, but also the propeller guards as well. And it's just very durable. So when I fly it close to walls and chimneys and things like that, I don't really worry. Not that I've ever hit anything. Actually, I have hit maybe a couple of times initially. But yeah, I don't really worry about the propellers getting, hit or whatever. So it's really a handy drone for me, and I just literally throw it in my backpack, and then I'm off to an inspection. And then if I need it, I take it out. I control it with my controller and my phone plugged into the controller, and it's just so easy to get up into the sky, and it's just very easy to use and a very good drone, especially for the price point. And the price point is unbelievable. So anyway, what happened? Well, this was just a usual day, a typical day of me inspecting a roof. And as I was actually descending, bringing the drone back down to land, actually, before that, what I noticed was the signal kept dropping, which was very unusual. But anyway, I was bringing the drone back down to land, and then I saw a strong gust of wind warning, but it wasn't that windy. But I was descending, and then after that warning, all of a sudden the drone just went. Well, don't know if you can see my hand, and it just went down. It just started descending, and I could not control it, but it was going at an angle. It was going at an angle, and it landed, I would say, about 100 meters away in someone's rear garden. I just heard bang, and it landed in someone's rear garden. Now, I was obviously absolutely um, shaken up by that. I was worried that it hit someone. Um, I was worried that that person, if it did hit someone, that something seriously bad happened to them, because it really, I couldn't control the drone. It just, there was no way to control it at all. It just went. And yeah, so I was really concerned about that, and I was really concerned that obviously I had a bit of footage on the drone actually, which I hadn't um, yet really had a chance to review. So yeah, I was really concerned about, really, if it hit someone, to be honest. Damage to property, you can sort of make up for, but if it hits someone, that's quite serious. So I panicked. I actually panicked. Um, I packed everything up, and I just put everything in the car, and I was like, I need to find where this thing has landed. Now, the good thing is that obviously when it was descending, I wasn't really paying attention to where exactly the drone was. I was really just trying to stabilize it, but it wasn't responding at all. It was just going down. So anyway, DJI have this feature on the app where I think when it's crashing, it just captures the last few seconds of footage. So then I didn't realize that I had to go on Google, and then I had to look back through the app, and I saw, oh, I can see exactly where it was going, the direction it was going. Obviously, I knew that, but I could see roughly that it skipped a few houses and then it landed probably a few houses along. So I knew roughly where it was. But the thing which was a bit frustrating is that they have this feature where I think the drone makes a noise or something like that. But anyway, it couldn't pick up a signal from the drone. So it landed, but it couldn't pick up a signal from the drone. It was just where it was last, where the signal was last. And because I've never experienced anything like that, I just didn't really appreciate the accuracy of it. So anyway, long story short, I ended up knocking on a few houses, knocking the doors of a few houses to say, look, this is what's happened. Are you able to let me know if it's landed in your garden, or if you've seen anything, heard anything? And a few of the houses, people were very nice about it. They said, no, no, can't see anything. That people had a look and everything. So that was really helpful. But it wasn't helpful for me in some respects because I was still panicking. So then I walked around, basically, I walked around the area just trying to look in bushes, everything, you name it. I was looking for that just for about 45 minutes. I was looking. And then what transpired was I knocked on one last house, knocked on the door of one last house. They weren't home, but they had their ring doorbell. And they said, why don't you try so and so around the corner because their property can basically see the back gardens, all the other back gardens. So then I went and there were builders there. So I got talking with the builders. I said, look, have you heard anything? Which is a bit of a long shot because they're making their own noise. I asked if they heard anything. I asked if they seen anything or anything like that. So I actually walked onto the building site and yeah, they said no. But then one guy was like, no, sorry, I go back. I said, can I just have a look over the fence just to see? And then the guy said, hmm, actually. So anyway, he was looking over this fence and then he saw the drone. He actually saw the drone, this tiny drone in someone's garden. So long story short, we were able to get the drone back and I was eternally grateful for that. So those guys were absolutely amazing. They really saved the day um, in getting the drone back for me because I was so relieved. Absolutely, I was so relieved, and it was all busted up. Well, not it was all busted up. The actual main body was more or less intact, but one of the propellers, the case was broken, and it had sort of come away from the body, and obviously the propellers were busted. I'll see if I can put a picture up in this video. So anyway, I got the drone back. I was really happy. I was able to get my footage and everything, so I was happy. The same day, I applied for a repair. I think it was the same day. Yeah, the same day I applied for a repair with DJI. Obviously, this is a drone that I had for less than a year because I might be wrong, but I don't think the Neo has been out for a year. So I didn't know what to expect. So I thought maybe I caused this thing to crash, or you know, I didn't know what to expect, but I knew it had to be repaired. So anyway, I went through that process in the app of registering the issue with the drone. It was very good. I got a label straight away for it to be posted. So then I actually forgot about it for a couple of days because I just got so busy with other things. And I was actually thinking about upgrading to a Mini 4 Pro. But anyway, that didn't happen. So anyway, eventually I got around to posting the drone. And within, I would say, 3 days or something, I got a call from their technician, from a technician. I think his name was, sorry if this was you, I think it was Leroy, his name was. Um, and he basically said, look, we're going to replace the drone free of charge. It's like, what? Okay. So it wasn't user error. And he said, no, basically the motor failed on one of the propellers. And like, I don't know anything about drones and whatnot. So he said that that's what happened. It was down to the actual device itself malfunctioning, and that's why it fell. And I was quite surprised. This drone, I use it, but I don't use it that much. I think I'd probably say I've used it maybe mm, 30 times or so, and not even long flights because the Neo is not really capable of long flights. I've got two additional batteries. But yeah, I haven't used it that much to be fair. But I mean, I have used it in, yeah, when I've used it, I've used it, but I haven't really done anything to it. So yeah, so he said it's mechanical error, and I was absolutely blown away. But then, to be fair, I was thinking, looking back at the footage, that it must have been mechanical error because I couldn't control the drone at all, and it just kept descending in that direction. So I thought either a bird hit it or either something had failed to cause it to only to tilt in that direction because it wasn't going level. So anyway, they said, look, we're going to send out a new drone for you. I think this was on a Tuesday, I think it was. And I said, look, I really need the, was it Tuesday? Tuesday or Wednesday? I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Um, and I said, look, I need the drone ideally by Friday because I've got an inspection, but no biggie if you can't. And they said, okay, fine, leave it with us. I got the drone the next day. I was absolutely blown away. How is that even possible? I spoke to this guy in the afternoon, late afternoon, and he sends me the drone. The next day I had the drone. So I was completely blown away. So that was absolutely amazing. They sent me a brand new drone, free of charge. I didn't have to pay a penny at all. And this was all resolved in under 2 weeks, probably like a week and a half, to be fair. So I got the drone back, and that's not where the service ends. So I got the drone back. They gave me some new cables and stuff like that. And yeah, this is it. So it's brand new drone, and I need to mark it up with my flyer ID and stuff like that. But yeah, I've got it. They called me last week or so, and they basically said, "Oh, I just want to check that you've received your drone. Everything okay? Blah blah blah." I was absolutely blown away because they called me to see whether I even received the drone and if it was okay. And they said, before you fly it, make sure you update the software and stuff like that. So to me, that was really amazing that they not only did they repair it so quickly, well, they replaced it, not only did they sort that out so quickly, but they also sent it to me very quickly. And then they even followed up to see how I was getting on with it and gave me further advice. So, to me, DJI is absolutely fantastic in my books now. Absolutely fantastic, the service. And I'm really, really impressed by them. And for me, yeah, if anyone from DJI is watching this, thank you so much for getting this drone to me because I really do use it. You know, when I use it, I use it, and it's very valuable for my inspections. So thank you so much for sending that out to me so quickly and for the service being phenomenal. And I think a lot of other companies can really take um, some advice from DJI in this respect because their service was really, really top notch. It was really effortless. It was really smooth. I'm not being paid to say any of these things, but it was just really, really good. I'm really impressed, and I feel more confident, flying the drone now. That if anything were to happen, that they would still deliver, that they would deliver such good service. And good service nowadays is very hard. It's very, very hard to find. So, look, if you are thinking about getting a drone, I'm sure, they haven't got 100% satisfaction from customers, but from me, they've got 100% satisfaction. Um, so if you are thinking of getting a drone, then you are wondering which drone to get, um, I would definitely say go with DJI. And in terms of the Neo, I think the Neo is absolutely brilliant. Obviously, there are better drones that they offer, but for the price point and for the sort of use case that I use it for, absolutely fantastic. Um, and yeah, I definitely recommend getting one. Um, Deep down inside, I was hoping that they would send me a Mini 4 Pro, that they would say, "Oh, actually, we've got a production issue with our Neos that we're going to send you a Mini 4 Pro," but that didn't happen. Um, but I will definitely order one at some stage. I was in two minds about whether to get the Flip But I think one day I will get the Mini 4 Pro. Um, but yeah, right. Any questions? Then let me know. Hopefully that video has been useful for you. As I said, I'm not paid by DJI or anything. This is just my experience of a normal drone user. I use it sometimes for commercial stuff. So, it's yeah, take from it what you want. But I hope that it's been very helpful to you. And yeah, see you soon. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I keep forgetting to say that.